can you just have a brief introduction about you before just we just...
I am a journalist and an author for the last 3 decades. I have done about a dozen books, and I'm also a consulting editor with Network 18, where I do a couple of columns. So, and I basically work on Islamic fundamentalism, national security, and strategic affairs. So I think to bring together such kind of diverse people and people from such diverse backgrounds, so that's very significant, because ultimately all great ideas have come out from discussions, and I think this is a great beginning. And when India is at the cusp of doing something big in the global order, when the global order is also undergoing a lot of transformation, so I think this kind of a thought process, the thought process which will emerge out of this discussion, so I think that's really going to prove to be very helpful.
So what would be your key takeaways or extremely important points that you had in the conclave, which you think it would have an amazing application in your personal life, professional life, or in shaping your thoughts and ideas?
See, one is that you have to have, there are 3-4 things. One is that you have to have a 360-degree perspective. So I got here that 360-degree perspective, because there are people who are from the national security affairs background. There are people who have got a background of economics, and then on top of it, Guruji. So the kind of perspective which he gave, the kind of framework which he explained, so that has helped us to put things in a new perspective. The second thing is, I think the second key takeaway is the urgency which I feel that there is to promote the concept of spiritual nationalism, because that is going to be ultimately the key for conflict resolution in the new global order. So that also Guruji spoke about it and brought this issue to the fore. So I think that is another key takeaway from this. And the third thing is that it is not necessary that people who are working in the spiritual arena, so they also contribute a lot to the nation building, as Guruji brought together all of us, and to give a nationalistic perspective, to think about nation, to talk about how India can go forward.
So if you have to describe His Holiness, how would you describe?
I think he is very compassionate, he is very knowledge, he is very humble, he is very down to earth, and as all हमारे यहाँ जैसे कहते हैं ना कि जो फलदार वृक्ष होते हैं वो हमेशा झुके रहते हैं. So and he gives you that sense of comfort and that sense of security, जिसे आप एक और कहते हैं कि हम जीवन में अज्ञात के भय के साथ जीते हैं. But when you come in his company, even though I had met him for the first time and I was there in his company for the first time, लेकिन आप उस अज्ञात के भय से दूर हो जाते हैं. So I think it's like kind of a spiritual rejuvenation when you come in close contact with him. I would be sharing all my experiences with people around me. तो जितने लोगों को मैं बताऊंगा उनमें, if they are blessed and if they have the grace, I'm sure they would be able to come. And probably if they would have to wait a little longer, then they will have to wait a little longer. But I feel blessed that I got this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to have this opportunity again.
So, and to end with, since you're a journalist, what would be your words on the current strategic position of India in the world order?
I think the current strategic position of India is that we are doing well, but we can do better. The only problem is that most of the time we are indulging in counter narrative, but we have to start building a narrative of our own. But in the history of a country, 5, 10, 20 years don't matter. It's narratives are built, or counter narratives are built. It takes basically 50 years, 100 years. So what we have to do is we have to think on a larger scale of 25 years, 50 years, 100 years, and not in terms of scale of 2 years, 3 years, or next elections.
Okay. Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure interacting with you.
Thank you, and my best wishes for everybody. And I deeply feel touched and humbled by the way hospitality has been extended, and I've been made part of this larger family. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you.